Hodge.
Welcome back to another installment of Sharing the Hodge. What have I been playing? First, I ended up finishing and beating Corpse Party. Really fun game, but it's definitely a guide game. There are parts in the game where you'll go through and you think you're doing the right thing, and then you get to a point where you get the wrong ending, and you have to go back to your last save point or a further point in the game to continue on. So I had 5 save spots available. I was using like 3 or 4 of those just to save my progress to make sure I didn't screw up, and I got a lot of help from a guide. But definitely a lot of fun horror Japanese game. Worth a look. I know there's a PSP version, and I believe it's pretty much exactly the same as the 3DS version. So if you ever see it out there in the wild, pick it up and play it if you like those type of games. I started playing Beyond Two Souls. Wow, I do not know why I waited so long to play this game. I'm over halfway through it and I love it. This is the one where it was Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe that were the voice actors and the inspiration for the characters. Like, it's literally them in the game. It's about a girl who has a connection to a spirit or a ghost almost, and it is her interaction with him over the course of her life and the different things that happen. And I don't want to spoil it too much, because if you've never played it, it's definitely worth a play. It's basically a choose your own adventure or FMV style game. Definitely loads of fun. I cannot wait to continue playing that one. And I started up Firewatch. I played through halfway through the second day on it. It's a very relaxing, chill game. Definitely looking forward to kind of discovering what the deal is with this and what's happening. Again, I don't want to give too much away, but basically I'm a guy, middle-aged man, starts a new job out working in a forest area, and I'm working the Firewatch. And my only other interaction is somebody on a walkie-talkie, and it's a female character. I'm kind of talking back and forth to her, and I had an okay life, but some bad stuff happened in my past. Again, I don't want to give away too much, but Firewatch, I got the physical version from Limited Run Games, and I know it's available on Steam, so definitely check that one out if it's something that might interest you. What am I watching? We watched Saving Private Ryan, and I'm sad to admit that's the first time I've ever watched that whole movie. And that opening scene that blew my mind. My wife let me know after the fact that apparently when that movie was released in theaters, veterans had to leave the theaters just because it was so traumatizing for them to relive that. Like, wow, they did such a good job. I mean, obviously I wasn't there World War II, but depicting probably what it was like, and vets had to leave the theater, so I'm sure that's what it was. Like, wow, mind-blowing what they did. And it's just cool to see all those different bit part characters that are in that. I mean, Vin Diesel was in it, of course, Tom Hanks, Matt Damon, a whole bunch of other people where you go, oh, I know that guy. Oh, he's from something. Yeah, Giovanni Ribisi was in it. It's just, wow. I don't know why I waited so long to see that, and I'm glad I watched it. Definitely a good watch if you've never seen it. And the only other thing I've been watching is hockey. Yes, I am sorry, Bill, but I am a Leafs fan, and the Leafs are kicking some butt. I'm loving watching the Leafs this year. If you're not a hockey fan, just skip this part. It'll only be a couple, 30 seconds or so. But the Leafs this year are doing good. They're in a playoff spot right now. It's a nice young team. They're rebuilding, and just like Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, William Nylander, Nazem Kadri, like, these guys are amazing. We actually have an amazing goalie in Freddie Anderson right now. So the Leafs are looking good. Let's go blue and white. What else is going on? The CC100 has completed. A whole bunch of people, I think it was like 46 different Cartridge Club members submitted their personal list of 100 games. I was ecstatic to watch every video up until the #1 video was released, or the #1 best game from the Cartridge Club was released. They did a podcast after the fact, just going over everything and talking about stats. It was really great. The one thing, and I didn't expect these to make the list, but if anybody out there had these on your list, let me know. The 2 that were in my top, I believe it was 10 or 20 that didn't make the list. One is Chippendales Rescue Rangers on the NES. It's like my favorite NES game. And the second one is one I definitely didn't think would make, but my favorite puzzle game, and that's Tetris Attack for the Super Nintendo. If you've never played that game, it is so much fun, especially the multiplayer where you go head to head. Oh my, blows any other version of the Tetris out of the water that I played. Just so much fun and intense. So definitely check out Tetris Attack if you have not. And then one other thing I wanted to share, I'm going to try to share one thing every week because this is Sharing the Hodge. So this week I picked one of my favorite all-time horror movies, and that's Night of the Living Dead. Not the original, I do love it, and George Romero, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have zombies, but it's a 1990 remake done by Tom Savini. That one I just love so much more. Between the two movies, the second one's way better because it has that strong lead female and Barbara in that. I didn't care for the whiny, cry Barbara from the original one. Night of the Living Dead, probably my top favorite horror movie of all time. Saw it when I was 15 or 16 years old, and I've loved zombies and zombie related things ever since. One time I'll go through, maybe do a video on my zombie book collection that I have. I have a very extensive zombie book collection and a decent zombie movie collection, but Night of the Living Dead. So if you've never seen that, that's a Hodge recommended. Night of the Living Dead, 1990, one of my favorite horror movies. That's everything this week for Sharing the Hodge.